So Vince, yeah, this herd here is autumn calving and spring calving, so I suppose it's the role of the shed when it comes to the calving period, the management of cows and the movement of cows close to calving. What's the routine here?
The routine here is, well, when I came here first day to look at this, we had double lines of cubicles in 6 different banks, but it had shown straw bedded area to this point. Feeding area, cows come out, eat, go back in the straw bed, and I suggested to Tom that could I make a change to it that I think would be valuable, that we'd put a cubicle bed instead of the railing, put up a wall, put cubicles there, that he could lock the cows out of the straw bedded area into the cubicle area during the day, and he could also lock them from feeding if he wanted to. And at night, when he'd leave here, that he could open the door above at the straw bed at the end, and that the cows could go to the straw bed if they wanted a calf. Or he could lock them in there, or he could lock cows that are closest to calving, or furthest away from calving, out of the straw bed, to utilise his straw bedded area to the max with less straw.
Right.
He thought it was a great idea, but as you can see, the wall is set back behind the pillar, which is not in the line of the same pillars down along. Because of the wall, we gave 7'6" with the cows lying against the wall.
Right.
And all his cubicles are adjustable here.
Right. And the extra space for those cows, is it?
Well, as in, what do you do?
You're 7'6" even.
I gave, because the cow was lying against the wall, she had no lunging space.
Okay.
We're here head to head on the 14-foot bed. She has lunging space. She can borrow the space of the next cow.
Yeah.
Straight ahead, left or right. Yes, left or right here, but she also can go that few inches more.
Okay, and regardless whether she was close to calving or milking, would you vary that width?
Those cubicles are wider.
Yeah.
I think there's, because now we're down to 4 bays, I'd say there's only about 15 spaces here, which is about 46.5, 3 foot 10.5 inches.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what it is, 3 foot 10. So the cubicles are slightly wider.
And for a heavily pregnant cow, is that a benefit?
Adequate.
Yeah.
Adequate.
Yeah.
The cows in the old days, and still in a lot of old buildings, heavily pregnant cows are lying in 44 inches on the old 3-legged cubicle. The theory was, when you change the cubicle, that you also change the size of the space that the cow was lying in, which is technically wrong. If you change the design of the cubicle, you shouldn't be changing the weight if the cows were lying in the cubicle already. Because the cows in the old sheds, any fella will tell you that the cows are very clean.
Right.
Because the cow is forced to stay in a straight position in the cubicle because of the legs, where here there's no legs.
Right.
So now my normal thing would be on an old 45-foot shed, which you take the 2 end walls off it, you're dealing with maybe 43 foot 10, we'll say. You're only talking about 3 foot 7, 3 foot 8 centres, and the cows are absolutely spotless on it. So the theory of the big bed, yeah, great job. Just like yourself, you can get a big bed. But there's more cleaning to be done, more washing to be done.
Right.
So.
Yeah, so there's more functionality here by the addition of the cubicles, which I can see.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
he can put out here 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 cows out here, closest to calving. And he can take maybe 4 out of it tonight and put them in the straw bed. But he can also do the same thing at the opposite side. His options are there, and if he has no cow close to calving, he locks them out and put them in the cubicles.
Yeah.
It saves his straw.
Yes. Yes.
Saves dung.
Yeah.
Less dung.
Yeah.
Less managed work for the man.
Yeah. Yeah. Straw's getting expensive as well, so.
Everything is getting expensive, but straw is scarce more than expensive.
Yeah. So we might walk so the loop of the cow there is just going into the straw bed.
And them cows can be restricted from feeding during the day if you want to, by closing the stalls, and they're on a section. Then they have, we have 2 spaces dropped out here. We have a water point. So these cows can, if they're locked out, they have water. If the gate is open, locked open, they're into a total straw bedded area. So their water point is on the exit out onto the scraper passage on both sides.
Right.
If they're locked in here to the group area, they have a drinking bowl on the wall.
Yes.
If they're locked into the calving pen, They have water at the end. In 4 pens, you have 2 calving gates.
Okay, sharing.
So if a cow needs to be handled, she's put in the pen, whichever gate, whichever pen is free or whatever the story is. So you're coming out 24 feet in the pen. To get the cow in, you have double the gate to get her into a 12 by 12 square. You have your calving stall inside, so the gate closes to the wall. You have your calving stall in situ. You have your directional gate to bring in the cow. Now the cow is stalled. When you open the gate back, the cow is in the middle of the floor. If you want access to the cow on both sides while she's stalled, the gate opens and the cow is now in the middle of the floor.
Some people would put that gate on the wall, which is probably a mistake.
Mistake. But in saying that, it's suited here anyway to put the water by the wall because all pillars are sleeved.
Right.
Just presume that the water was where the calving stall is and the calving stall was put where the water is. Everything is good, but if that cow, when the stress comes on of the calving jack, of pressure, she's normally going to go down. And if she falls out from the wall, which normally they will do, you have no leverage on the jack with the wall. Where in the middle of the floor, you have leverage left or right.
Yeah.
And the rest of the pins, the middle pins, would be probably the better pins because you can stick the jack through the gate in whatever position the cow is in.
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
And like if you're pulling against the cow, you're doing damage. So that's why I'd like to get the calving stall in the middle of the floor.
Right. Very good. And so the gate here then as well, if
you have here, well, if you wanted to do a cesarean, which this pin would be the cesarean pin. This would be beside the cow. This gate would be closed. So the cow is in the pen. You want to stall the cow, you bring in the whole gate. You stall your cow. When the cow is stalled, to keep her in position, not to be moving, tie your gate to the other gate, open out the inner gate, and you have free access to the side of the cow. When the cow is normally, what's the word? Sedated, you open away the 2 gates.
yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
my ideal of a calf pen.
Okay. Lots of options, lots of flexibility.
Yeah.
But yet lots of strength in the steel.
Or steel would be, that'd be what that O'Donovan would do is strength. And strength any day of the week is going to cost you more. And if you're doing a job once, you might as well do it for life.
Yeah.
We'll come to that later.
Yeah. So you mentioned then the poles. Can all these poles be lifted if they want to clean out all the straw, say?
Yes, they're all inserted in a stainless steel sleeve in the concrete.
Right. Yeah. Which is the builder's job to get right, fix it.
Well, in this case, the measurements were given a drawing,
Yeah.
and the gates were measured after just in case something went wrong because of the size of the project.
Right.
But in fairness, 100%.
Yeah. And just looking at the floor then, I'm looking at the floor, again, there's a camber from the middle, left and right.
It's running both sides, slight drain off, running to a drain off to the right, which is a channel by the wall, and that's piped out into the scraper passage underneath the cubicle bed at the back.
Yeah.
Same on both sides.
Yeah. Drainage is important to keep the whole place dry and
Yeah.
look after that. And again, the floor finish as well as a
Grip.
nice grip finish, well done by Mulcahy's construction.
Yeah. The grip floor, which is a great job when there's little straw, but it's not required when the straw builds up in the bed.
Yeah.
But it depends how often you clean it out.
Right. Yeah. So roller door, or you've sliding doors there instead of rolling doors.
Yeah, sliding doors. Yes, sliding doors at the end.
Access.
There was no fouling. Plenty of room to hang them. a lot of cases to be a roller door. If there was a roller door there, they'd have to have a gate inside it to protect the door.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where what they have done is they've plywood at the end, at the bottom of the door to protect the door, and they have plenty of room for track and runners.
Okay. And in terms of the shed construction, then they put an extra beam in to
Clear span to minimise
the
the
number of
pillars.
pillars coming in.
Yeah.
Freedom of machinery and
Yeah.
greater flexibility.
It's a usable shed during the summer if they want to.
Yeah. Very good.